hello, and welcome back to Sunshine for the Soul. If you're new here, I'm Cindy. I am so happy to have you guys join me today. And let's see, what do we have on tap today? We have Gemini's June 2023 reading, What's the Buzz from the Universe? And Gemini's, I decided to do something different with you today. I decided to go back and do a 10-card Celtic spread. I like the Celtic spread. It gives a lot of information, and if we need to pull clarifying cards, then we will. So grab some popcorn, get ready. We're going in, Gemini, for your June reading. What's the buzz from the universe? Okay, let's see here. So we've got card number 1 position is the basic situation we've got going on. And I'll show you an image of the Celtic spread right now. It should be popping up. All right, the number 1 card position we've got here, you guys, is the basic situation. And today I decided to use the Joker deck. I haven't used the Joker deck a lot. It has very different meanings than other decks. And it is also a very kind of blunt, in your face kind of deck. It doesn't really sugarcoat things and doesn't say things gently. So for Gemini, I figured let's just go for it. And in the number 1 card position, we have the 8 of Pentacles. And when you look at this card, you see a group of people who are standing underneath falling money, and the money is falling from the sky, and their hands are raised, and I'm so excited about all the money. So I see here is a group of people who all seem to be focused on the green, the dinero. You know, for them, it's all about the money. We have a character energy here that seems like possibly is part of a group that have getting rich and famous as their primary focus. And you know, and the universe says with this card, if you don't base your entire life on money, then you can start anew. So as long as this energy is focused on nothing but kind of materialism and money and getting famous, the universe isn't allowing them to have something new in their life, something that they desire and something that they are very passionate about. And I clarified the 8 of Pentacles with the 3 of Wands. You know, wands are about our passions and our desires. So this person is sitting there and they're waiting for their ships to sail in. They're waiting for them to be in a position where they have more dinero in the bank. They have more prestige. They have more fame. They're waiting patiently, thinking that this is going to be their ticket. This is going to be what makes them feel satisfied. And if you know anybody that plays scratchies or plays on the lottery, I have a ex-husband that likes to do that. But it's always they're seeking gratification that only if they win the lottery will they be happy. Only if they have $1 million in the bank will they truly feel satisfied. So it's like going after that goalpost and you're coming at it from a deficiency of lack, like you need it in order to feel whole. And that's why people play the lottery and constantly do scratchy tickets, you know, most likely will not hit the big bucks and, you know, retire somewhere in Bora Bora. It's because the energy they're putting out is that they're at this energy of lack, and so they have to have this in order to be fulfilled. And the universe wants us to know that fulfillment comes from within. It doesn't come from winning the lottery. It doesn't come from being famous. It doesn't come from having a large bank account. All right, so we see a character here that has their eyes set on something, kind of hanging out, group of people who are on the same page where they're like, let's make some money. Let's go after the dinero. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the universe is saying on this card is that to have something new in their life, something that they desire, then they're not, the universe says you can't base your entire life on money. So it's not, it seems to me like it's telling this character, if you want something new, you want a fresh start or a new beginning. All right, so let's look at the number 2 position. What's hindering the basic situation of this character basing everything on money and fame? What's hindering it or what's furthering it? So I've got the 9 of Wands, and they think that the abundance gains are right around the corner. Like we saw in the 3 wands. They're waiting for their ships to sail in. They're waiting to live their life. They're waiting to take a step forward because they think that this abundance they're going to find it gratifying. They think that this abundance, these ships to come sailing in, is going to be the ticket in order for them to feel at peace, to feel secure. But what's funny about this is you can see that this character is that they consider money to be abundance. We don't say anything here about love. We've got pentacles, and we've got passion and desire. A passion and desire to make money. This person isn't going out there and finding love. They're making money. They're seeking external gratification in physical materialism. And the universe is reminding us in this card, it says, too much greed can mess things up. All right, so I clarified the number 2 position, what's hindering or furthering the basic situation, and I got the Tower card. This is fears or beliefs that we keep locked in the tower come crashing down. So this can be a belief system, or fears. And this says that when we have a tower moment, this destined chain of event that comes in, it takes and it crashes everything down. It burns it all down. So whatever we thought was a belief about something, and it kept us trapped in this tower from truly finding our abundance. When the tower falls, we're freed from that belief system. So this character, possibly considering money to be abundance and not love, has had this tower moment where they realize, oh my gosh, I've put all my attention towards something that I'm not finding satisfaction in. I'm going after the dineros, I'm going after the money, I'm going after the fame, I'm going after the notoriety, but for some reason I just don't feel fulfilled. So, this person maybe has been so focused on the money and fame that it consumed every aspect of their life. They were looking at the materialistic 3D physical things as abundance. And yes, they can be. But in this case, we see that this energy wanted something new, and the universe is saying, if you want something new, you have to kind of put your idealism of money into check, thinking that that's what's going to validate you, because you're looking for external validation on the outside rather than finding it on the inside. So this seems like this is something that is an energetic blockage or something that is out of alignment with this person, seeking the money, the reputation, maybe to be a known member of society. They want to be prestigious, they want to be known, and they want to be famous. So seeking it in the physical and not in the spiritual, this has caused a tower for this person. This belief kept them locked in this tower, unable to escape, until one day the whole thing just came burning down, releasing them from the prison, releasing them from this belief that if they were abundant, if they had a lot of money, that they would feel good inside, that they would have validation of their worth. What this character doesn't realize is that they have all the self-worth they could possibly need. It's inside them. It's not external. It's found inner. So in the number 3 position is in the conscious thoughts of this. It looks like we're just addressing right now, we don't have any characters, but we have a belief system about a character. So consciously, this character, I've got the 7 of Wands, and this says that this person knows that while they've been focused on money and fame, another part of their life has withered and died. The little baby fern shriveled up due to neglect, due to not putting any energy into it. If you guys have seen How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days with Matthew McConaughey and the blonde, I can't remember her name right now, but she goes into his apartment and she decorates it with all the pink little things and the toothbrushes and the pink shag rug in the bathroom, and then she gives him this fern and says, this is a resemblance of our love. And then later on in the show, he apparently didn't water that fern and it dies, and she comes in and she grabs it. You killed our baby fern. You killed our baby fern. As in, you let our love die. So this character knows and realizes now this tower moment has caused them to see that I've had all my focus in one area, and while it's been in that area maybe my entire life, I've caused this entire other area of my life to be neglected, to wither, shrivel up, and die. Because why? I put no energy into it. Okay? Where we put our energy is where we will create. our energy is our most valuable asset. So I clarified the Seven of Wands with 3 cards, the Ten of Cups in reverse, the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Eight of Wands. So the first cup, the Ten of Cups in the reverse, this person consciously knows that his focus on materialism, his focus on nothing but work, maybe this person was a workaholic, they put all their time and effort into keeping busy, keeping their head down, and focusing on material abundance. And you say, well, why is that such a bad thing? No, that's a very good thing. But if it's out of balance and other parts of your life are being neglected, that's when it kind of comes to our attention. And that seems what's happening here. So they realize that all the work they've put in to gain this notoriety, gaining this fame, having all the dinaros, is that it has caused a death in another area of their life. So consciously now they can think about, let's look at the Ace of Wands. It's like wanting to manifest your passions and desires. In love, this is a passionate new beginning. So until this character had this tower moment where they realized all their energy was being put towards what they thought was abundance, it turns out that they're not feeling very abundant. It's not giving them the satisfaction that they desired. So in the number 4 position, we have the unconscious thoughts of this individual. And I've got the Justice in the reverse. This is Libra energy, card number 11. You have been very unfair. There has been an imbalance somewhere that needs to be corrected. This is the universe holding this person accountable, plucking away like a crow in their ear that if you want a passionate new beginning, that it would start by correcting things karmically and bringing things back into balance. Balance within themselves, introspection about choosing materialism over love, and the energetic imbalance that it may have caused in other areas of their life. Possibly this wilted, shriveled up, dead fern was collateral damage for this imbalance of this character. I clarified the Justice card with the Four of Swords. This is, you need to take a time out. You need to sit your ass down, gather your thoughts, take a time of self-love, introspection, sit, and put things into the correct perspective of what you are now realizing, how your perspective has shifted from finding that abundance in materialism and fame and going, well, maybe that's not very abundant. Maybe I was incorrect in putting my attention there, and maybe I should have been putting my attention on love. And the number 5 position is past influences, that which is ending. And I pulled the 4 of Wands, and we know 4s are a powerful number of peace. A lot of time has gone by, and the period of rest is over, and the universe is saying it's time to take action. And I clarified the 4 of Wands by the 4 of Cups. And this person is thinking that something was possibly a missed opportunity. And we've got 4-4 there. So that which is ending in the past influences was this character thinking that they had missed an opportunity and that they had spent too much time in this period of rest, and then this opportunity to bring this fern back to life, to nurture it, had passed them by. So they're finally realizing, oh, okay, well, I was wrong about that. The time has not passed me by. So the future, that which is just beginning. This is the card position of number 6. And we've got the 3 of Wands. This is busy all up and in their heads about what is the best way to move forward. You see, this is planning, this is strategizing. This person knows that it won't be easy. They know that they'll need strength, but right now this person is kind of all up in their heads. Now that they've had this tower and they've had this shift in perspective, they don't know how to proceed. They don't know what steps to take now that they've had their tower moment. They no longer want to focus on the money and fame, but while they were out focusing on this abundance with this group that was all about the money, they neglected something that shriveled up and died, and now they want a new beginning. And the universe is stepping in here and says, whoa, you gotta fix these imbalances first. So if you're feeling like, well, I'm in stuck energy, I don't know what to do, the universe is saying this time of resting and introspection, did you heal those imbalances? Did you go within yourself? So this is finding the imbalances within yourself and then fixing the imbalances with whomever or whatever you neglected because you had chosen money and fame over love. What are the collateral damages? Did you have a karmic ripple and hurt people in the process of making a choice that now this character sees as wasn't their correct choice. It didn't bring them abundance. But they know that this won't be easy, and they know that it's going to take strength. They are very determined, and I clarified the Three of Wands with the Page of Cups. And this is them wanting to come in, apologize, and express their feelings to someone. So we definitely know now that whatever this person neglected, this fern, it is a relationship. It doesn't say necessarily, this was an intimate relationship or romantic relationship. It really could be any relationship, you guys. We can get caught up on something and we can neglect friends. We can neglect our siblings, neglect giving the right amount of time to our children. Whatever imbalance we've got, we're not 100% sure what this is, but we do know that this is saying now that this person wants to come in and apologize and express their feelings to someone. The number 7 position is this person's attitude about this whole situation, and we've got the 5 of Pentacles, and they feel like they've been robbed of their time. They feel like they've been robbed of their resources. They are emotionally grieving the time and energy they put into seeking the wrong type of abundance. Now they're thinking, oh my gosh, what have I done? I spent all my time over here, and that's all the time I could have spent with this person. All this time that I could have had this abundance in love and nurtured and helped build this relationship or this connection with someone. And instead, I was focused on nothing but the money. All right, so let's clarify this 5 of Pentacles. This person is sitting here and they feel like they've been robbed of time and resources. They're emotionally grieving this prospect of what they have to do now. And we clarify the 5 of Pentacles with the Knight of Wands. And that is all about coming in, taking action, and fulfilling our passionate desires. So the universe is saying the attitude approach to this situation is if you feel bad that you did not put your energy somewhere and you've had wasted time, well, don't sit around and cry about it. Get on your horse, ride in there, go find your passion and your desires, go after them, take action. Number 8 is the energies coming from the universe. And what's really funny is that once again, second card in a row, I got the Knight of Wands. So reinforcement, like big message from the universe. Go after your desires. Don't look at it as a missed opportunity. Don't focus on the fact that you lost time or you put energy somewhere where it didn't reap you the harvest that you had anticipated. It didn't give you those sustainable results. Focus on what your passions and desires are now. Go nurture this withering, shriveled up fern of a relationship going on and put your passion and desire into it. You knew how to put your passions and desires into working too much. You knew how to put them into wanting to accumulate fame and wanting to accumulate your pentacles. You know how to apply your passions and desires, but you just feel like you applied them in the wrong area, or this could be simply that there's an imbalance. It doesn't have to be one or the other. You can be wealthy and abundant materialistically and have love and abundance in your life. And maybe this character, thought that they had to choose one or the other and then realized they have chosen wrong. What's for them is different than what they had originally desired. So we're clarifying the Knight of Wands with the 6 of Swords in the reverse. And that's, the universe says, you've got unfinished business here. You know it. You feel it eating at you. That's why you found no satisfaction in the steps you had taken to be famous and to have prestige and be known. And the universe is saying, go after your desires. There's unfinished business here. All right, Gemini, you hanging in there? Are you digging this story? This is kind of interesting. We've got a character here that has really, really had a tower moment of how they looked at things, having a real big shift in their perspective. The number 9 card position in this Celtic spread is what are the hopes and fears about this situation, about this. Let's call him the Knight now, because we've got the Knight of Wands twice. He's a knight. His fear is, get this one, you guys, the Queen of Swords in the reverse. All right. So we know that the Queen upright is truthful and she embodies, she's nurturing and compassionate and she's straight and to the point. But in the reverse, this character is very fearful that if they come back in to bring this shriveled up fern back to life, And it just cracks me up every single time. It's Goldie Hawn's daughter, and I don't know why I can't remember her name right now, that plays the part with Matthew McConaughey. She's so beautiful. But she's like, you let our baby fern die. Like she's giving him shit because he neglected the fern. He didn't water it. He didn't nurture it. And this knight is fearful that he's going to walk in, and this Queen of Swords is going to be cold-hearted, bitchy, sharp, cold communication. He is fearful that she's going to rip him a new ass. He does not know that if he walks in there, what kind of reception he is going to get. All right? So this is what the fear. This isn't a hope. He's not hoping to have his ass chewed out. This is a fear that he's going to go in there and he's going to take this bold step. And he's going to come in and he wants to have a new fresh start beginning. And then he's going to get to this Queen of Swords and she's going to look at him and say, what are you doing here? That's his fear right now. So I clarified the Queen of Swords with the Fool card. So you guys, his fear is that he's going to go in, he's going to get his ass chewed out, and he's going to look like a fool. I mean, this is not funny. I'm not laughing at this character's fears. They're nothing to laugh about. But it is kind of amusing that, you can see it playing out in their head, that this is one viable option. They could walk in, this Queen of Swords could be healed, and she could have, all the love and compassion in her heart. She could be very understanding, or she could come in, he could come in and she could rip him a new ass. It could literally go either way, but this character, if you look at my last video, whichever one I posted last, I can't remember this morning, but it was talking about looking at something half full or half empty, being optimistic or pessimistic. When you're manifesting, if you look at this negative aspect, if you stay in this fear of thinking that you're going to walk in and that's how it's going to be, well, that's exactly what you're creating. Your thoughts, your emotions are energy. They create your reality. So if you're staying focused on that outcome and that's your biggest fear, well, it's going to be. And maybe you won't take a step forward because that you're just going to sit in that energy. But that's a negative emotion. Remember, we talked about in my last reading too. If you're sitting in a negative emotion of fear, right, then that's the universe telling you that when something is aligned, one of your thoughts, your beliefs, or something that runs through your mind is aligned, you'll feel at peace. So if you feel at fear, this is the universe telling you that you thinking she's going to be a cold-hearted bitch and you're going to look like a fool. That is not true. That's the ego creating that. The universe says that does not align. And the emotion of fear is what's telling you that that is an alignment of what is really truth. I know that's a deep concept. That's going down the rabbit hole. But so what you focus on, what you set your attention on, where you put your energy, that thought is an energy, and you put that out into the universe, and whatever you put out is what you get back. We live in a polarity, positive and a negative. This is a world of duality. The 3D dimensional world is a world of duality, and that's the law of attraction. And I haven't talked much about the law of attraction because it's complicated, so let's just keep it in the sense of a positive and negative polarity. What you put out is what you get back, period. That's the law of the universe, how it works with us existing right now on Earth as a spiritual human being. Remember, we're not a human having a spiritual experience. We're a spiritual, energetic being having a human experience. And we're learning here how to control our energies. And the first thing we need to do is realize that our emotions, our thoughts, in our minds, what we spin on all day long is energy, and that's what we are creating. We are the conscious creators of our realities. So you shift that perspective, okay? You take your mindset out of, I'm going to fail, she's going to slap me across the face, I'm going to look like this total fool, and then I'm going to have my heart broken, and then I will have done all this for nothing. This character needs to just slightly shift their perspective, okay? Look at the other prospect, focused on that, put your attention on that. Imagine what it would feel like to walk in the door and, let's say, have this person just burst into tears and fall in your arms, okay? Maybe that's a little dramatic, but I'm saying, what does that emotion feel like? Does that feel good? What if this person looked at you and said, well, it's about damn time you showed up, right? Maybe this person looked at you and said, oh, the motley crew from the apocalypse finally walks through the door. There is that other perspective, that other energy of how things can go. You choose how they go. Your energy, your emotion, your thoughts create your universe. And when we realize that concept and we get that, I mean, really let that sink in, that this character has a choice completely of how this would go. Wanting this fresh start or this new beginning is completely in that character's hands, because you are the conscious creators of your universe. If you want to create what that is, what your heart and your passions and your desires is going towards, right? If you want to create that, the universe is in full support of you and is going to support you all the way. It's going to help you get past these fears. You know, you may be listening to this reading and realize, oh my gosh, ding, ding, ding. I've been focused on the negative aspect, which has been holding me back, you know, maybe holding me back from going and experience love, real unconditional love. Instead, I put all my time, money, effort, and energy into, you know, the materialistic aspect. I wanted to accumulate things. I was looking for validation in something that I didn't find it in. And now I'm realizing after this tower moment that, you know, holy shit, you know, abundance is first found within. And then once you get aligned with the universe and you clear those energetic blockages and you do that healing, then you can really sit and decide, well, you know, now that I kind of know who I am and I'm healed, what do I really want? What are my passions and desires? And a lot of times, you guys, that's when we have these tower moments where we decide that our life isn't what I want it to be. You know, in 2020, I blew up a nursing career and a 6-year marriage or a 5-year marriage, whatever it was, because I was miserably unhappy. I was miserably disconnected with who I truly was. So this character, you know, seems like they had this very unique experience where they maybe came across something unique, but they chose a path. They had a choice, you know, Robert Frost, The Road Not Taken. They chose a path, and this path was of fame, abundance, and money-wise, you know, work, career, notoriety. It was all in the physical 3D realm. It wasn't in 5D. It wasn't in the spiritual aspect. So, you know, we've got mind, body, spirit. We've got physical, we've got mental, and we've got spiritual. So when we find out, guided, we're an energetic being, we realize that we have all these imbalances and all these lessons and soulmates and twin flames and single folks and platonic friendships and relationships. All these things that we have around us are to teach us how to get back into alignment with ourselves. I do tarot readings because it's all about finding yourself. And I believe through tarot that it really does help you find yourself and get more in tune with the universe and your intuition. You're getting more in tune with source. Sorry for that tangent. I didn't mean to get off like that, but we've got an outcome, a key, or result. This is the last card in this Celtic spread, and I pulled the 3 of Swords. And this is, you know, he sits in these thoughts that if I don't make a move, that uninvited guests or other suitors may come and play in his playground. So this character now having this big realization and wanting this fresh start or this new beginning with someone, wanting to revive this wilted little baby fern, you know, now he's going, oh shit, well, if I don't move, I might lose this. This might become a missed opportunity simply because someone else could scoop on in and this person may have another suitor, and this would break his heart. And then he thinks, well, if I don't make a move and I do nothing and I just sit here with all this passion and all this desire for somebody, well, then my heart's broken now. So it looks like I'm going to have a broken heart. Which, geez Louise, so if you really think about that, it's do nothing, have a broken heart. Don't do nothing or take too long and then have this person get scooped up by someone else and have a broken heart, right? Or there's a third option, number 3, 3 of Swords. Swords are about communications and thoughts. What if you go in and you manifest your passions and desires? What if your brave step forward, getting past your fears, realigning yourself and realizing what you really want. Nothing wrong with a person figuring out what they want and then going to this person and saying, I chose incorrectly. I had to learn that lesson. I had to go through this experience to realize what abundance was to me. I thought it was this, but then I realized that was not fulfilling. Seeking external validation wasn't fulfilling for this character. But he does have this third option. And we clarified this card with the Six of Pentacles. This is equal give and take. That, I put in my share, you put in your share. The other option is that he goes in, he doesn't have a broken heart, and that this Queen of Swords doesn't chew him a new ass, and that she agrees and wants to equally give and take with him. That is an option. What is this character going to choose to focus on? Where are they going to put their energy? Where are they going to put their perspective? And if we know that the emotions and the thoughts are energy, and energy creates our reality, and we attract where we put that, it's up to this character, this knight, to where he's going to put his energy. What is he going to believe? Where is he going to put his faith? What's he going to focus on? This is deep. This is a very interesting story. I'm sitting here and I'm kind of dumbfounded. Like, it just walked us right through this character's process and what they experienced. And, part of learning and growing and becoming spiritually awakened and being more self-aware is that we can recognize where we've made mistakes in the past. We can understand and not hold them as a grudge or a failure, but go, wow, I learned that lesson. I can see it now differently. And I hate to break it down, and let's close this reading with this thought. That is what exactly we are here to do. We're a spiritual being having a human experience. We have come to Earth. It is called the School of Earth so that we can learn these lessons, which we share with the consciousness, so that we can evolve as a spiritual being and enter, raising our frequency into higher realms. How do you think an angel becomes an angel? An angel is a soul who has raised themselves to the highest frequency right under Source Creator. So that means that the soul can evolve. The soul can hire themselves. And that's what's happening. That's what you see here, is that this person has evolved. They're becoming more self-aware. They are knowing now that they can choose their own passions and their desires and what they want to create. They can forgive themselves for maybe choosing incorrectly in the past. And now they have the opportunity to have this fresh start and this new beginning. And it seems to me that all they have to do is push away those fears, step into their strength, not look at the negative aspects of how this could go, and follow their passions and desires. Go get what they want. And if you're this character and this is you, go get what you want. That's what the universe is saying. You're in alignment. Get past the fear. Don't let the fear hold you back in those lower frequencies. If you want to rise up, if you want to go into the 5D, if you want to live energetically, you want to know how to use these energies, you want to rediscover how it is that we function now that we know we're an energetic spiritual being, you got to get past those fears and you got to go after your passions and desires. Get out of that low energy, that fearful state. It's the only way. It's a test. This person is going through a test once again to spiritually level up, where you are fully connected with the universe every day. You're not detached, you're not separate, you're one. All right, so let's kind of do a recap here on this message for you, Gemini. This is the universe saying for us to challenge ourselves, to go inside ourselves and ask, what's your definition of abundance? Is it materialism? Is it fame? Is it notoriety? Is it unconditional love? Is it service to others? What does your abundance look like? Only you can decide what your abundance looks like for you. And in this story, we saw this character think it was one thing and then realize it was something different. Okay, you guys, looking forward. Maybe we'll have to check back in on this energy and see what this Knight of Wands does if they're able to get past their fears. And if you enjoyed this message today, like, sharing, and subscribing is your way of helping this channel grow, putting your radiant energy towards it. We really do appreciate it. And if you are interested in a free reading, leaving a peace sign in the comment section of any of my readings will qualify you. You just have to be a subscriber and leave a peace sign. And then once a week, I will pick a free reading for a subscriber and upload that video for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this. It was fun. I enjoyed hanging out with you. And you guys have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed day. And we'll see you at the next reading. Peace.